Hi everyone, I'm Martha Carter with the Twisted Outreach Project for Back Hair and Scoliosis. Today I'm going to show you a series of videos called 10+1 Somatic Movements for Scoliosis and Fusion on the floor. So you may already know that somatics is based on the work of movement theorist and philosopher Thomas Hanna, who believed that we could retrain the brain to find lost connections. So this work is less about muscular, sweaty exercise and more about very, very gentle reconnecting the brain to the body. So they're exercises that are appropriate for all bodies, for all people, but I am putting a little bit of extra focus on scoliosis and fusions. So before we begin, I'd like to suggest that you might want to have some props around you. I like to start in a chair and I like to use it to help me get up and down off the ground. You could also choose to do these exercises on a massage table or a firm bed if you prefer to not have to go down to the ground. You also might want to have a bolster or a couple of blankets, a couple of blocks, a pillow, and I like to have these little scoliosis pads, which are available actually on the TOPS website. Otherwise, you could just use a washcloth or a little rolled up scarf or something like that. But they're good to put under the concave part of your body so that it supports you from falling into the floor in an asymmetrical way. It sometimes takes a little bit of exploration how to figure out the props, but if you have them close by, you can play with them as you go. So to begin, let's just stand up for a moment and just take an assessment of where we are today. So the assessment and all the work is best done if you close your eyes and just sense yourself from the inside out. So even though I'm demonstrating, I really prefer that you just listen and only look at the video if you absolutely have to get some kind of movement reference. So here we go. We're standing here, we're feeling our feet on the floor, we feel our hips, we feel our shoulders, we feel the top of our head, and you just notice, where is your body today? How does it feel right now? Do you notice the way you are standing in a straight position, or perhaps you're a little bit crooked? If you have scoliosis and fusions, then chances are you're a little bit off kilter, perhaps a little bit twisted, or perhaps a head is a little bit to one side. Notice if your shoulders are more forward or more back. Do you notice if your hips are more forward or more back? Do you notice if your feet have the weight on them evenly, or do you have the weight more in the front of your toes, or more on your heels, or more on the outside, or more on the inside? So you just observe all this and get to know yourself better as you go. Okay, so nothing is wrong here. The way you are is the way you are, and you just want to take that into consideration as we move through all the movements. So to get down on the floor, I like to keep my chair close because that's really handy to help support getting up and down off the floor, and then you can just kind of move it to the side so it's not in your way. And if you get into a position of all fours, then it's quite easy to get your props ready. I like to have the two little scoliosis pads, a couple of blankets for my elbows, and then these are just kind of extra. Maybe I need them, maybe I don't. Okay, and then I'm just going to sit down, and it's kind of nice to lie down sideways because you can ease yourself down without straining your head, and then you just get down on the floor, roll onto your back, and take a few moments to doodle around and kind of find your comfort zone and see if you can just be completely relaxed on your back. And if you're able to lengthen your legs long, then we want to just start long and heavy on the floor. If you need to keep your knees bent for a while, that's fine, but over time, hopefully your back will ease and your psoas will ease and you will be able to let your legs be long. So this can be our starting position, or this. And now we're ready to move on to exercise number 2.